Hello, Dr. James Bogash, expert in healthful longevity, and as the author of the book on migraines, any treatment that can actually help prevent and maybe even fix migraines is always on my radar screen, which made this particular study very interesting. And it looked at migraine prophylaxis, so preventing them, not just a rescue medication for when you have a headache, but what can we do to prevent the next headache? Now, I would suggest that there are absolute answers, and there's not a single drug or supplement or whatever that's going to fix the problem. It's more, for having true migraines, it's more about making sure the blood vessels are healthy and happy so that your brain stays happy and healthy. But, we live in a society that wants like a single drug or pill to fix all our ails. There won't be one, but some are more effective than others. So current medications for migraine prophylaxis are things like the new fancy ones are like the Aimovig, which is the calcitonin gene-related peptide blocker antagonist. And so expensive. We don't really know how well they work in the long run just yet. The triptans have been around for a while. Beta blockers have been around for a long time they use gabapentin. It's really probably not the best. Topamax, anti-seizure medication. All of those have been used for prophylaxis, but they all come with their list of side effects, not only cost, but you're changing physiology. And their effectiveness isn't stellar, 40 to 50%, depending upon the patient population and the drug. But my biggest concern is none of those drugs are fixing the problem. It's not a deficiency of Aimovig or deficiency of a beta blocker or a triptan that's causing the problem, right? Otherwise, those compounds are foreign to the body, so can't possibly be a deficiency in them. So I'm always frustrated with a drug approach that's not fixing the problem. It's just masking it or suppressing it for the moment. So these researchers looked across 40 randomized controlled trials looking at fish oil, so EPA, DHA, and over 6,600 patients across these trials, looking for how effective they were at prevention, at tolerance. And they didn't look at cost, but we can certainly suggest that even high-dose fish oil is way less expensive than most of these drugs that are used for prophylaxis. So they found that what they consider high dose, I'll talk about that in a second, was the most favorable option, the most effective, and decreased both the frequency and the severity of those headaches. And cost is going to be cheaper. It seems like a no-brainer because fish oils are essential fatty acids like omega-3, DHA, EPA, are actually working on fixing the problem. They help by stabilize cellular membranes. They help by improving vascular health. They help by lowering the progression to diabetes, helping the pre-diabetic scenario, which plays a role in migraine headaches. So it's actually looking at fixing the problem. Now, we should definitely be doing that with diet as well, lowering our intake of omega-6s, increasing our intake of omega-3s. So the supplement would just be one plan of increasing healthier fats in the diet. Now, when we talk about high dose, the studies were decent. They used, between the combination of EPA and DHA, the average was about 1,800 milligrams. And that's a decent dose. There are many times, depending upon scenario, that I will send somebody even double that. But if you're doing that, you also have to really look at the labels, because a lot of labels may only be 1 gram, but it's actually like, when you look at the actual omega-3 content, it may only be 2, 3, 400 and not the actual 1,000 in the capsule. So interesting review, definitely a better approach, cheaper. Of course, insurance does not pay for that unless it's a prescription version like Omacor or whatever it's called now, which is not the best product to be using, but starts giving us an idea that if we work on fixing the physiology or improving the physiology, we can help with the headaches, and we don't have to use medications in those scenarios. As always, I'll post a link to this particular study in the description. Make sure you like this video, share it with somebody who you think needs the information, and subscribe to the channel.